Hello everybody, this is the test review for Theory. I had misspoke earlier. You're only going to be responsible for the chapters up through George Herbert Mead, not including the chapter on Charlotte Perkins Gilman. So that takes you up through chapter 8. I misspoke, earlier, so you won't have to cover any of the modules except for the ones up through. You can stop at George Herbert Mead for now as I catch up on grading. I'm still a bit behind on grading, but I wanted to take a moment and I'm going to be doing some grading this evening. It's Sunday, and just review some of the important issues that you're going to have to keep in mind for your test. Well, first of all, just a reminder, please check your syllabus for the test time, when the test is going to be up. We start off, please, the introductory section here, which lays out their typology for theory, is important. It's important to do, to read. So as you're reading through here, please keep in mind. The introduction in which we lay out a specific framework. Remember, all of these theorists are filtered through the lens that Appleroot and Eddles lay out here in the intro, with the non-rational, rational, collective, and individual continuum, that quadrant on figure 1.4 on page 14. So if you know that, as you move forward in the readings, they'll help you to place these readings in context. Basically, this is not going to be a long and involved test review. I'm just going to go over a few points about the test and what I expect. First, the test is going to consist of five essay questions that are going to be worth 20 points each on a 100-point scale. So and as I look here on your syllabus, which I'm pulling up now, the test is going to be, let's see, here we go. Bear with me for a moment. Okay, let me open the syllabus up here on my desktop. I should have had this open earlier. This test, this first test, is going to be worth 15 points. I do grade it on a 100-point scale, but you can multiply it times 0.15, and I'll that should give you how much of this is going to contribute to your final grade. Okay, that said, there is they're open. It's an essay test. It's open source, which means you can use anything you wish. I said originally there are going to be 6 to 10 questions. They're going to be 5 questions on this test. You'll have 2.5 to 3 hours to complete the test. Okay, and there'll be a test window. The test window for the first test is going to be, let's see, 19th through the 21st. So we're looking at the 19th is Wednesday. Well, I'm going to leave the test. What I'm going to do is extend the test time. I'm going to leave the test open through the weekend. So the test, rather than being the 19th and the 21st, as it says on your syllabus, I'm giving you from the 19th through the 23rd, which is 1 week from today. That way, you know, we'll all have time to review the material. You'll have time to reread the chapters. You'll have time to craft really good answers to your questions. And it being an open source test, there are a few expectations which we'll cover in a minute. But first, to the substance of the test. As you review for the test, please pay close attention to, I'm going to select from the posts that we had. That's a possibility of a source of questions. You know, the posts that we had, you know, for these modules on the one hand, and then on the other hand, I'm going to select questions from either there and or questions that are posed at the end of each of the chapters here for the, you know, at each of the chapters that Appelers and Edels write. So as you reread the material, and read your posts, and look at your posts, and look at the question responses, and I'm going to go in now and grade those. Please keep in mind that these questions and the discussion posts, which are based all tied into the readings here, and you shouldn't have any problem. Okay, format. I expect from you, because this is an open source test and you have 3 hours to complete it and you have to do it all at once, I expect no less than senior level, junior, senior, university level essay responses to these questions. Now, you know, please don't ask me how long, you know, the question, how long should the response be? The response should be long enough for you to comprehensively answer the questions. Okay? I don't want to see bullets. I don't want to see short sentences that are, you know, or sentence fragments or misspelled words. You know, a lot of times I give people this opportunity and they go absolutely nowhere with it. A lot of people do very well with it, but I'm giving you the opportunity to use your text and to think about the questions, right? Ahead of time. You have a source of these. And I will be, you know, finishing up grading tonight and then posting the test tomorrow at some point, so that you have, and I'll be grading up through this module. It'll be module 8, which will be George Herbert Mead. Okay, so basically, as you review for the tests, review the questions in the chapters and the questions that I posted in the original discussion posts. Okay, and you should do fine. Okay, thanks, and please drop me an email if you have any questions.